Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom. Hey, before we get started, we want to give all honors, praises, and infinite glory to YAHAWAH
BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI.
Peace and blessings to you, hopeful elect. Shalom to you, Akim, your Akbar that's tuning in right now. Double honors to apostles and elders of GMS, man. This one is titled The Elect Men, Lord willing. YAHAWAH RATAZA BAHASHAM of those men. And we're going to be performing miracles and spiritual powers, man. Because as is written, the works that we're going to be doing shall be greater, man. Hey, the time that we're coming into, we're going to need some type of divine intervention, man. Think about it. Esau, Edom got crazy weapons that you never seen before. Literally, an article came out where they said that they attaching tasers to drones, but now they saying that they using the drones for something else. I forgot what it was, but we know they're just weaponizing more things, man. We're not stupid, Hey, Esau Edom, hey, he using his blessing to its height, to its top potential, man. So what do you think is gonna happen to us, man? We're literally gonna be endowed with the Rakad Kodash, man. We're connected with the Most High now spiritually, but once we get those new bodies, hey, we're gonna feel connected, man, because we're connected to Him. Our power, closer power, is limitless and endless, man. You got it, King.
You quoted a scripture where you mentioned how that the elect are going to be performing greater work just for believing and for putting in the work, Brother Noom actually got that scripture.
Bring it out, King.
Ron, this is the book of John, chapter 14, verse 12. But I'll start from 10.
Yeah.
Believest thou not that I am in the Father, and the Father in me? The words that I speak unto you, I speak not of myself, but the Father that dwelleth in me, he doeth the works. Verse 11. Believe me that I'm in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very works' sake. Verse 12. Verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do, shall he do also. And greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father.
God. And the NLT version, let me get that real quick for those who don't understand the King James dialogue. They say, just believe, all right? Just believe. Just believe that I am in the Father Yahawah, and the Father is in me. Or at least believe because of the works you have seen me do. So if you don't believe in YAHAWASHI, you don't believe that Yahawah is in YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI is in the Father, right? At least believe in the miracles he performed, right? Believe in the works he did. Yeah. Verse 12. I tell you the truth. Anyone who believes in me, right? YAHAWASHI, right? YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. I tell you the truth. Anyone who believes in me will do the same works I have done, and even greater works, because I am going to be with the Father Yahawah. You can ask for anything in my name, and I will do it, so that the Son, YAHAWASHI, can bring glory to the Yahawah. Yes, ask me for anything in my name, and I will do it. All right? And that scripture that came to mind, this is the last two verses that was like King of the But yeah, what just came to mind too, that scripture, I think in the book of Luke, where it says, I give you power to tread upon serpents and scorpions. When you go into the word power, pretty much you're going to have the liberty to do as one pleases with that spiritual powers, right? To be able to perform miracles, powers, to be able to tread upon serpents and scorpions and all the power of your enemy, right?
Nothing shall by any means hurt you, man.
Yep, you want to do a Kamehameha, motherfucker, you can do a Kamehameha way, or for saying God, you can, hey, you name it, right? If you desire to want to do a fucking one for all plus ultra, you know, hey, you can do it, okay?
God. Hey, because hey, we're gonna need these things, man, in the time to come. Hey, we have a point, man. Hey, we don't care how crazy we sound, man. Oh man, y'all lost me with the doing Kamehameha and this and that. Hey, man, don't come looking for us once you start seeing those men fly, man. You know, then you're gonna believe them. Then you're gonna wish you was in this truth, man. You know,
It'll be too late.
God.
Hey,
this is
mind you. Oh, Slocky.
Oh no, go ahead, Kay.
Now, mind you, yes, it sounds, cool and all types of spiritual powers, but our life depends on it. We're going to need this access, this blessing, spiritual power, so we can be able to preserve ourselves from danger, from evil, from bad times, to preserve us from the famine, to preserve us from when the enemy comes like a flood, to save us in Jacob's trouble. Because if if you don't have spiritual powers in Jacob's trouble, you fucked. You done.
You're finished.
You got it.
This is Psalms 18 and 32. It is Yahawah that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet and setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by my arms. That's how you know guns is literally in the Bible, man. What else is a bow of steel? You know, a bow of steel will be automatic weapons, man. Any guns that basically all guns is made out of steel, metal, So what else can it be talking about, man? Hey, literally, they're gonna bring out things that your normal strength is not gonna get away from. Jake gonna be out there trying to fight back. They're gonna have bats. They're gonna have anything they can pick up, man. Esau finna mow you down, man. He about to do exactly what he was made to do, man. And they're gonna show their true colors once the Most High unlock their true spirit, man. Their true spirit is already out there. It's just Jake just can't see it yet. But we can see it, man, because we got the spiritual goggles on. The Most High is dealing with us, So, hey, man, we already see what these devils is doing, but he's going full-fledged, flat out, this is who I am, man. I'm Esau.
That scripture, paraphrase will say that the son of sin shall be revealed. The son of perdition shall be revealed, something along that line. All right, bro. Soon our power is going to reveal to the whole world that Esau Edom is the biblical devil, the sons of the wicked mentioned throughout the Bible. The world is going to see it. All right, not just only the elect, the believers, but the whole world is going to be able to see. Even the damn heathen nations, the 2/3 are going to see how evil Esau is. They're going to actually see that he has that perpetual hatred. And because of that, when Esau about to come down with that great flood to empty out the damn cliff, we're going to need spiritual powers. All right. You want to get that Luke 10 and 19 ready? I'm going to get out of there. 19. All right, so I'm gonna get the book of Isaiah, chapter 59, verse 19, and the brother and Newman's gonna get Luke 10 and 19. Okay, so it says, "So they feared the name of the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi from the west, and that they that's going to fear the name of the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi from the west are the prophets, the servants of prophets here in Babylon, aka America, because Babylon, aka America, is located on the west on the map, right? So we on the west, all right? And his glory from the rising of the sun." And I remember reading that this very verse in the NLT version where let me get that, because it also mentions how like those on the east are also going to remember our power, and we got brothers, our family, respectful birds that look like other nations that's on the east right now, and they also fearing the names of our power. All right, let me get that one for you. I don't want to butcher it. Right now.
Yeah,
All right,
man. Hey, the
so,
times we're coming into, man, we're about to see some beautiful works, man. Some marvelous works. Literally, you're gonna have men of the Lord out there healing people. People gonna come down with sick. We're gonna literally heal them, man. Hey, who knows what position we're gonna be where we're gonna have that spiritual power. Some of us, literally, if you're in the FEMA camp, man, hey, you might be in there really to get the power to wake people out, man. You got it, King.
So, right. So in the NLT version for Isaiah 59:19, it says, "In the West, people will respect the name of the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI," and respect goes into remember. Okay, you're going to remember the name. You're going to fear the name of our power. In the East, they will glorify Him, and we got brothers that's putting in His work that's in the East, right? Over in Asia, Russia, Nigeria, right? Different parts of the world. That's on the east of Babylon. For He will come like a raging flood tide, driven by the breath of the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. I'm gonna go back to the King James version. It says, "So they shall fear the name of the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI from the west, and His glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy, Esau, Edom, right, shall come in like a flood, with His truth, with His blessing, the Spirit of the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI shall lift up a standard against him." When you go into the Spirit, right, it's Strong's 8 is 7307, right? I think goes I can't remember the exact pronunciation, but one of the definitions would be imparting warlike energy, executive and administrative power. All right. So, and then it says lift up a standard. So when the enemy comes like a flood, right? That warlike energy that's in us, right? A standard is going to be lifted to where that warlike spirit can actually manifest itself. You can actually become a battle axe and a weapon of war. Right? You can actually have spiritual powers. So when you go into standard, Strong's H 51-27, news, right? It goes into flee, escape, take flight, right? So you're gonna be able to fly away from danger. You can fly. In general, you're gonna be able to fly, disappear. So you can pull a fucking what's it called? Instant transmission. Yeah,
you're like, oh wait, see you later. See you.
Right. And the list goes on, right? And we got something to prove that of how Yahawashi, he had that standard lifted. He had spiritual powers. He was able to preserve himself from danger when the enemy came in like a flood on him. All right, you got it?
This is the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19. Oh, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the powers of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Verse 20. Notwithstanding in this, rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you.
Oh, Shalaki, that's not even the one. Not bad.
But rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven.
Hey, that's not the one I was looking for. I was looking for the. Well, hey.
That's a good one anyway. Yeah. It don't even matter.
Hey.
Yeah, hey, that's a spirit.
let me break it down for you. Like, you might read it again by percent, and I'll break it down. But the one I was looking to get was one is John 8:59. They went to catch stones at Yahawashi, and he hid himself.
He hid himself, yeah. Invisible.
Yeah, that one, yeah. But yeah, you can read that one again.
God. This is the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19 and 20. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you.
So power, right? Z1849, exousia, right? Pretty much you're going to have the power of choice, liberty of doing as one pleases, leave or permission, physical or mental power, All right, so you're going to have spiritual powers, and you're going to have the power of choice, the liberty of doing what kind of physical or mental power you want to be able to do, to be able to do what? To tread upon serpents and scorpions. That's 2/3. All right, and over all the power of the enemy. That's the so-called white man. So you're going to have the power of choice to be able to on how you want to tread upon the serpents and scorpions and all the power of the enemy. Okay.
All right. Verse 20. Notwithstanding in this, rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven.
So the pretty much like don't be glad that this enemy is against you, something like that, but pretty much rejoice for the fact that your name is written in the book of life, pretty much. All right. But yeah, get that real quick, because that's when I really want to get to back up Isaiah 59:19, John 8:59.
I got a script ready, in case if y'all.
You got while Lumen's looking for his, you can read yours out.
God, this 1 Corinthians 15, and I'm gonna start at 50. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of Yahawah. So that automatically should tell you, man, hey, we not about to get beamed. Hey, we're not about to Yahawashi is not coming on a horse beaming people up in actual clouds. We're gonna keep these bodies and then just get beamed up fully naked and then automatically have white robes on, sitting in the kingdom, man. We're corrupted, man. These bodies are soft and fleshy and like you really feel mortal when you in this truth. You really realize how mortal you feel, man. But neither doeth corruption inherit incorruption. So our corrupted minds, hearts, bodies cannot go into a world of incorruption, man. Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. So, hey, we're not all gonna, die, but we're all definitely gonna be changed, man. Even the ones that do die, because for you 2/3 Israelites that do pass away on this side, you're gonna be reborn again into the kingdom as a child, already with that new body, man. But the men of the Lord, hey, we're gonna automatically be changed on this side, Lord willing, man.
God, you want to have some of the elect men, the believers are also going to have to be a witness by actually offering their body as a living sacrifice. They're going to have to actually be put to death. But they're going to be the first ones on the chariot when Yahawashi comes back. They're going to be the first ones to already have that glorious body. They're going to be in their perfection already.
In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed. So, hey, literally, you're gonna have some people, the people that already passed on this side, they either gonna be raised up for those nukes or changed with the rest of the the elect men and the women and children that's gonna be saved. They either gonna be part of that first fruits or missile food, man. Because nobody escapes judgment day, man. You don't die and then we all about to experience this and that. No, man. So for this corruptible must put on incorruption. And how else would you do that, man? How else can you put on incorruption? By getting that new body, man. This is nothing but prison cells for our spirits. So the Most High can literally take your spirit and put it into another body. If it's not so, then how would you explain reincarnation, regeneration, man? That's literally your spirit bouncing from one body to another in different lifetimes, but it's the same spirit, man. So that whole you only live once, YOLO, hey, get that out of here, man. We ain't here for that.
That damn J&J juice, that damn J&J got people off that YOLO juice.
And this mortal must put on immortality. And this is for Israelites, man. If you're not part of that 12 tribes, If you're not from the bloodline of the Black Latinos and Native Americans, man, hey, don't even worry about it. You know, you got something else coming. You got it, King.
You can get that the book of John 8:59.
This is the book of John.
It's actually one more part. Salakia, King. It's actually one more.
You're good. You're good.
It's more meat on it. It's 54. So when the corruptible shall have put on incorruption, so once we're changed, and this mortal shall have put on immortality, because once you in those new bodies, immortality already checked, and spiritual body, everything's gonna be checked just like that, man. We ain't gotta update like Esau every month. We gotta update our freaking systems and phone. Nah, man, we get one update. Then shall be brought to pass. Thank God. Then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory. So, hey, if we are part of the first fruits, you know, YAHAWAH RATAZA, we're not gonna taste that death. And the ones that do for the word, best believe you're gonna come right back with your YAHAWASHI, man. So you're still gonna be part of the first fruits. You got it.
Like you said, Monoxide, check, right? Hey, if you gotta be put to death, right? Hey, you can put a check on that crown of life. You got it already now.
And I look at because obviously nobody wants to die, but if you do and you come right back with your YAHAWASHI, you can honestly say you experience the wickedness on this side and you experience death. It might be some elect men that say, dang, I never experienced what death is. I never, had to transfer, go before the throne, once I passed over from this side to the spirit world, man. But hey, brothers might have that experience. They say, hey, well, it's not that bad. You instantly, hey, yo.
It may sound carnal, but hey, the sooner the better. The sooner you kill my flesh, the sooner I get the fuck up out of this fucking nightmare.
Hey, death is literally nothing but an Uber to the spirit world, man. Because once you die, you're before the throne of Yahawah and YAHAWASHI. It ain't no, oh man. And people is really scared of death because one, Esau Edom in that Roman Catholic Church, that whole hell doctrine. People know in their right minds they wicked as hell. They were so-called getting sent there. When no, man, you're gonna end up in that lake of fire, but that's not for eternity, man. You got it, Kings. Hey, shalom to all the Akim too, and Aqua that's soon in.
Shalom. This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 59. Then took they up stone to cast at him, but YAHAWASHI hid himself and went out of the temple through the midst of them, and so passed by.
So when these, if I'm thinking, it was the Israelites, right? They went to go stone YAHAWASHI with stones, right? And how was YAHAWASHI able to preserve himself? How was YAHAWASHI able to go through the midst of them and not be detected? Well, he hid himself. Because when you go into the strong G, right, 29:28, pistol, right, it goes into conceal. And when you go into the word conceal, it goes into invisible, out of sight, invisible. So YAHAWASHI, he used that spiritual power to be able to make himself invisible, so he can preserve himself from being stoned to death. And he went through the midst of the group undetected. All right, that's a miracle. That's one of many miracles that YAHAWASHI performed through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. We're going to need something like that, especially the times we're coming into where Esau's blessing is at a much greater level. He got drones, he got weapons that can detect your heat vision, different types of vision. He can see you through walls. He can see you from very high in the sky to where you can't even see them looking at you. But we know they're looking at us, but you cannot actually see these satellites, these drones, right? They can see you as crystal day like that, well detailed, right? We're going to need spiritual powers on a whole nother level. It's going to have to far surpass all the time that our power manifested his power through his men in the ancient world. Because Esau's blessings at a much greater level. Now YAHAWASHI has got to show out on his right hand now. Like, okay, I'm going to show you true power. All right.
Salakia.
If you want Monagazak, I want you to get something. I know you're gonna like this one. I know you're gonna love it. Get the book of Judges, right? I want you to get that one. The book of Judges, chapter 15. You're gonna read from verse 9 through 17. All right. If I'm mistaken, that's when Samson was kicking 1,000 Philistines' ass with a donkey's jawbone. All right. And how was he able to do that? Spiritual powers. It was a miracle needed to be performed.
You said Judges 15?
The book of Judges, chapter 15, verses 9 through 17. All right. And, get the Leviticus one.
And it reads, then the Philistines went up and pitched in Judah and spread themselves in Lehi. And the men of Judah said, why are ye coming up against us? And they answered, to bind Samson are we come up to do to him as he hath done to us. Then 3,000 men of Judah went to the top of the rock Etam and said to Samson, knowest thou not the Philistines are rulers over us? What is this that thou hast done unto us? And he said unto them, as they did unto me, so I have done unto them. And they said unto him, we are come down to bind thee, that we may deliver thee into the hand of the Philistines. And Samson said unto them, swear unto me that ye will not fall upon me yourselves. And they spake unto him, saying, no, but we will bind thee fast and deliver thee into their hand, but surely we will not kill thee. And they bound him with 2 new cords and brought him up from the rock. And when he came unto Lehi, the Philistines shouted against him, and the spirit of the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI came mightily upon him. Oh man, so he got hit with that with Kakwadash, man. You know, like, hey, that sound like I said, man, they might really lock you up and take you to a FEMA camp. They might hold you in one of themselves, and then the Most High, he's gonna send that just a little dose.
Isaiah 59:19. The Philistines, pretty much Samson, you know, he experienced like the enemy coming like a flood, and what that spirit, the warlike energy, right, of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, the standard was lifted. That's how he was able to break through that, because you know he had that power now. He got that power. All right, we got
it. Hey, so if this happened to Samson, how much more us and the men of the Lord today, man? You know, if the Most High, if YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, if he sent that with Kakwadash upon Samson, why not to us in this time, man? You know, this is why everybody can't get the truth, man. Because hey, it has to be, sad to say it, man, but it has to be non-believers, man. If everybody believes, then how would the Most High really flex his power, man? That's how you know the non-believers, man. Hey, you're about to see everything. Literally, the whole host of heavens is coming down here. Your mind is about to be blown. You're about to see colors you never seen. Everything gonna be flashing before your eyes. You might pass out, man. You might be like, oh wait, like I catch my breath. You might close your eyes, but like, nah, this not real. This not.
You left off on 14, right?
And the cords that were upon his arms became as flax that was burnt with fire, and his bands loosened from off his hands. That sounds like he burnt them off, man. Hey, he looked around, nah. You know? And he found a new jawbone of an ass and put forth his hand and took it and slew 1,000 men wherewith. So he knew when you get that Wakar Kodash, man, you're gonna know you can take on anything. He knew. He said, "Just take this jawbone. Just take this jawbone real quick."
A newly killed donkey. So it was a donkey that was just killed, and he took this jawbone and used it pretty much as a fucking sock and bopper, as a boxing glove.
Sock and bopper.
And started whooping their ass with it.
God. And Samson said, with the jawbone of an ass, heaps upon heaps, with the jaw of an ass have I slain 1,000 men. And it came to pass, which means it happened already, man. And it came to pass when he had made an end of speaking, that he cast away the jawbone out of his hands and called that place Ramoth the
Pretty much it means and if you translate it means jawbone hill. So because Samson had slayed so many Philistines that day, that place was now known as Jawbone Hill, because he whooped 1,000 Philistines' asses with the bone of a donkey.
I actually Googled that too, Jawbone Hill, and that's an actual place.
Yeah, it still exists to this day. This is how Lot's Lot's wife, the pillar of salt, still exists to this day. Same thing. Jawbone Hill still exists.
She's still over there?
Yeah, that bitch still over there.
She's still over there. We're going to go to the kingdom. Hey, we're going to have that. We're going to look up. She's still in?
All right. You got it. You want to let the brother give Leviticus?
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verse 7 and 8. And ye shall chase your enemy, and they shall fall before you by the sword. Verse 8. And 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall chase 10,000 to flight, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword.
So how are these men going to be able to chase these amount of men down with a Glock, a shotgun? Being a mortal, like an average man. No, you're going to need. You're going to have to become like Superman, pretty much, real life Superman, to be able to do that. It's just you by yourself, and you're able to kill 1,000+ men without becoming weary or faint.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a precept to that. This is the book of Joshua, chapter 23, verse 10. One man of you shall chase 1,000. For the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, your power, he is the fighter for you, as he hath promised you.
It said each one of you, right? Each one of you, just one of the elect men, 144,000 elect men, right? Each one of you will put to flight 1,000 of the enemy. For the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, your power fights for you, just as he has promised. All right, he's going to fight for you, because what we are. If you want to get him, Monakazak, battle weapons of war.
I got another fire script too.
Hey, bring it out.
This is another situation, that's a little similar to Samson. And if Kings know, is in that Second Kings. Kings 1 and 10, yeah. I could start at 9. Then the king sent unto him a captain of 50 with his 50. And he went up to him, and behold, he sat on the top of an hill, and he spake unto him, Thou man of Yahawah, the king hath said, Come down. And Elijah answered and said to the captain of 50, If I may be a man of Yahawah, then let fire come down from heaven and consume thee and thy 50. And there came down fire from heaven and consumed him and his 50. So literally, fire from heaven. He's like, yeah, if I may be a power, if I may be the son of the the living power, hey, let fire come down from heaven, and that's exactly what happened, man.
That's it.
And it's a little bit more to this. Again, also he sent unto him another captain of 50 with his 50, and he answered and said unto him, O man of Yahawah, thus had the king said, come down quickly. And Elijah answered and said unto him, if I may be a man of Yahawah, let fire come down from heaven and consume Salakia.
You good? Take your time.
Come down from heaven and consume him and his 50. So another 50 came, he said the same thing, and it happened again, man. Yeah, this whole chapter is fire, man.
So pretty much, right? Like I remember one of the brothers talked about. I can't remember who mentioned it. But I'm just trying to paraphrase in the best of my mortal memory. Like you want to you want to test our power. You want to make him perform miracles. You want to make him show out his power, but not in a way where like you're being cocky about it. You want to call out to our power and make him perform a miracle so he can show their power. You got to have that much faith and belief in our power that when you find yourself in a situation where you really need help, call out to our power and cause him to actually perform a miracle for you. Make him do it. All right. You got it.
Hey, this is y'all got something?
Khan, yeah. I'm gonna let the brother get his real quick.
This is the book of Micah, chapter 4, verse 11 through 13.
Yeah, I know it. I know it.
Verse 11. Now also many nations are gathered against thee, that say, let her be defiled, and let our eye look upon Zion.
So that many nations, of course, the other nations, right? Esau, Edom, the heathen nations, right? Shit, even 2/3, right? Against thee, against who? The elect. All right, you got it.
Verse 12. But they know not the thoughts of the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, neither understand they his counsel. For he shall gather them as the sheaves into the floor.
So they know not the other nations, right? Pretty much anyone that's not in this, that's not actually supping with Yahawashi. Those who who are not part of the 1/3, right? They don't know the thoughts of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, all right? And they don't even understand his counsel, right? And they don't understand that that our power is gathering them, right, these other nations, just so he can tread upon them, so he can whoop their ass, so he can destroy them. Okay?
And scriptures say, my thoughts are higher than your thoughts, and my ways are higher than your ways.
There's no searching for his understanding.
Right? Verse 13. Arise and thresh, O daughters of Zion, for I will make thine horns iron, and I will make thy hoofs brass, and thou shalt beat in many pieces many people, and I will consecrate their gain unto the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and their substance unto the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI of the whole earth.
So when it said horn, right, it said make thine horn iron. When you go into the interlinear, right, the Strong's 87151, Karen, something along that line. I don't know how to pronounce it fully, but it goes into rays of light, right? Laser beams, shooting concentrated divine laser beams. Okay, so our power is going to give these elect men that ability, so they can be able to, tread upon the serpents, scorpions, all the power of the enemy,
and preserve themselves in them days, man.
Yep. You got something on that?
Oh, hold on. I'm gonna read the rest of it real quick.
Okay.
hath laid siege against us, they shall smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon the cheek.
Oh, it says, now gather thyself in troops, O daughter of troops. He that laid siege against us, and we know siege is a military tactic they use. They closed in the cities from having crowds coming in and out. Who gets to enter and exit out? Just so they can pretty much starve whoever's in there and cause them to bow down to whoever is currently ruling, a wicked ass ruler. Right?
And they're gonna do that this time by, once again, the store's gonna be empty, and once they implement that charagma, the same way you apply that pressure, and they gotta bow down, worship that beast, man.
I'm gonna get one real quick. All right, the book of Zechariah, chapter 12, verses 8 and 9. On that day, the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI will defend the people of Jerusalem. The weakest among them will be as mighty as King David, and the royal descendant will be like YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, like the angel of the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, who goes before them. For on that day I will begin to destroy all nations that come against Jerusalem. So our power is going to do that by giving his elect men spiritual powers. Pretty much it's going to be just like 144,000 King Davids out there, pretty much, right? Out there just whooping ass, okay? You got it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 28, or 29 through 31. It's like, he giveth power to the faint, and to them that have no might he increaseth strength. Even the youths shall faint and be weary, and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint.
Right, so those who wait on YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI are going to receive spiritual powers. You gotta just keep enduring, keep fighting a good fight. Right, when you feel weak, you're actually strong because you're still fighting. You keep enduring, you keep believing, and then Lord willing, you receive the spiritual powers. You're going to be renewed. Something about you eternally is going to be altered. It's going to be modified to where now you are capable of performing these abilities. You can now fly. You can now run like Flash and not get tired. You can walk 20 plus fucking miles and not get tired. You can probably stand up on a ceiling, literally stand on the ceiling.
Defy gravity.
Spider-Man shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Spider-Man, yeah. Hey, literally, and I believe that, you're gonna, because you're gonna have somebody that say, how do we know if we have the spiritual power? Hey, trust and believe. I wholeheartedly believe you're gonna feel it, man. Just like how you got a gut feeling about something, we might really feel like, hey, my hands feel like they're about to catch on fire, and they actually do, man. This is Jeremiah 51 and 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I bring in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. So, hey, we're going to be breaking down literally the other nations, the heathen nations, man, and their kingdoms, man. Lord willing, start with Babylon. We tear this place up, let the missiles get here. Then we flying over to China and Russia, man. Hey, trust and believe, man. They ain't gonna go down while I fight. Hey, so we gonna be fighting right alongside with YAHAWAH RATAZA, Lord willing. We of those men getting down, man. Hey, y'all gonna get in these chains one way or another, man. We gonna walk up with the chains already ready. Hey, how we doing this? We looking at Putin. Look, how we doing this? Putin gonna be like, hey, let them have it, man. I'm like, all right. You know? And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. So governments, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. So, hey, because you know, Esau, Edom, they got all types of fighter jets. You know, they got some crazy, they got jets that can fly. Like, if I'm not mistaken, like, what's the name of that jet? It's like specific fighter jets they use that can go like super fast, man. I forgot what it's called though. But yeah, we're gonna need that. We're gonna definitely need flight and those things. They're gonna be thinking they going super fast, and then we fly next to them like, hey, how you doing?
I think the one you're talking about is like an F-17 Raptor or something like that.
Oh yeah, super fast.
It like breaks the speed of sound or some shit like that. That's fast as fuck.
Yeah, man, like really, and you know, and the sky is really nothing to stop these jets. They can really just trust and believe. Them pilots, they gonna see the men of the Lord get down. They like, we fuck this. They gonna kick into high gear and try to literally fly around the world, man. You know, and with thee will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break old and young. So this letting you know, like, hey, the Most High, he's gonna order the elect men. He don't give you a man, woman, young, old, man. And everything that's not righteous, everything that's not in this truth, gotta go, man. You know? And how else are we gonna do that, man? We're gonna be filled with, you know, the wrath of the Most High too, man. He's gonna fill. Hey, we're literally gonna probably see everything these devils done did to us. You know, we're literally gonna see everything, man. And that's gonna be something. That's gonna be something scary to have to witness, man. So we're gonna have to be in that new body. We're gonna be in berserk mode. Everybody gonna be berserk, man.
I got a scripture too.
I'm almost done with this. And with the break in pieces the young man and the maid, will I will also break in pieces with the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. So, you know, the government, the troops, so on and so forth, man. So everything, you know, about to get ready for a fight.
And like when it says should break the chariot and the rider, something along that line, you can look at, like, you know, fighter jets, Black Hawk, you know, Esau's weapons that can fly in the air, drones, right? Horses and his rider, you can look at, you know, strikers, tanks, you know, Humvees and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, his military vehicles that's on land. Shit, even like his battleship that's on the sea, right? You can look at it that way.
They hold nuclear weapons as well.
Yep. So you got it.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 10, then jumping down to 13 through 16. Verse 10, fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee. Yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness, man.
That right hand of Yahweh is YAHAWASHI, right?
God.
Verse 14, fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel, man.
So I will help thee, said the Lord Yahweh, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Yahshua, which is YAHAWASHI. All right, you got it.
Verse 15, behold.
Don't be afraid, man, because hey, the Lord, he sees everything. Literally, right before you think, oh man, this is it for me, boom, something can happen, man. You gotta keep that faith, man. Literally.
Verse 15, behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Verse 16. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel.
So verse 16, what he just read, right? Check this out in the new Living Translation.
Fire, man. Fire.
Right?
God, bring it out, man.
Matter of fact, I'm just read the whole thing with the verse read in NLT version, okay? Yeah, 10 and 13. Yeah. So it says, don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your power. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. For I hold you by your right hand. I, the Lord YAHAWAH, your power, and I say to you, don't be afraid. I am here to help you. Though you are a lowly worm, O Jacob, don't be afraid, people of Israel. Speaking of both kingdoms, notice there's a southern kingdom. For I will help you. I am the Lord YAHAWAH, your Redeemer, YAHAWASHI, right? I am the Holy One of Israel. You will be a new threshing instrument with many sharp teeth. You will tear your enemies apart, making chaff of mountains. Right? Check this out, verse 16. You will toss them into the air, and the wind will blow them all away. A whirlwind will scatter them. Then you will rejoice in the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. You will glory in the Holy One of Israel. So brothers going to be tossing motherfuckers in the air, just throwing these motherfuckers around.
How else can somebody toss somebody else in the air, man? Hey, that NLT something serious.
You want to get that one?
God, hey, I got a scripture too, man. This is the book of Zechariah. The book of Zechariah, chapter 12, verse 2. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of a trembling unto all the people round about, when they shall be in the siege against Judah and against Jerusalem. Verse 3. And in that day I will make Jerusalem a burdensome stone for all people, that all burden themselves with it shall be cut off or cut in pieces. Though all the people of the earth be gathered together against it, in that day, saith the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, I will smite every horse with astonishment, and his rider with madness. And I will open my eyes upon the house of Judah, and will smite every horse of the people with blindness.
What verse was that?
This is chapter 12, verse 2
through 6, right?
No.
All right, Con. Yep, so yeah, you probably 6.
This is verse 5 and 6. And the governors of Judah shall say in their hearts, the inhabitants of Jerusalem shall be my strength in the Lord, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI of hosts, their power. In that day I will make the governors of Judah like an hearth of fire among the wood, and like a torch of fire in the sheath. And they shall devour all the people round about on their right hand and on the left, and Jerusalem shall be inhabitants again in her own place, even in Jerusalem.
All right, so the NLT for that 6, right? It says, on that day, I will make the clans of Judah, right, the so-called blacks, like a flame that sets a wood pile ablaze, or like a burning torch among sheaves of grain. They will burn up all the neighboring nations right and left, while the people living in Jerusalem remain secure. So, that rays of light, they're gonna be burning motherfuckers out here, man. Burning them.
Fucking bright burn motherfuckers.
Yep, bright burn, yep.
Zap.
God.
Yeah.
God. Um, I want to bring out pretty much now we talked about how the elect are going to have spiritual powers, right? But the elect are going to also be performing miracles, all right? You always got to keep that in mind. The elect men are not just going to be out there just kicking ass only, but they're going to be performing miracles too, right? They're going to be like the superheroes, okay? And because mind you, we got the famine, right? You're going to need to be able to perform these types of miracles during the famine as well. Manakazak, while I'm going to read what I'm going to read right now, I want you to have ready Isaiah chapter 65 verse 13. My servant shall eat and ye shall be hungry.
Oh,
right, so while Manakazak is looking for that, I'm going to read the book of Matthew chapter 14 verses 13 through 21 in the NOT version, okay? It says, as soon as YAHAWASHI heard the news, he left in a boat to a remote area to be alone. But the crowds heard where he was headed and followed on foot from many towns. YAHAWASHI saw the huge crowd as he stepped from the boat, and he had compassion on them and healed their sick. So YAHAWASHI, that right there proves that he performed already a spiritual ability to heal those who are sick, to heal those who were dealing with a pestilence, okay? And it says here in verse 15, that evening the disciples came to him and said, this is a remote place and is already getting late. Send the crowds away so they can go to the villages and buy food for themselves. So the disciples tell YAHAWASHI, might as well send, the people back home so they can be able to eat, settle down, get ready to call it a night, right? And it says, but YAHAWASHI said, that isn't necessary. You feed them. YAHAWASHI telling the disciples, no, that's not necessary. You feed them. Go ahead, feed them. All right, go ahead, feed them. And then it says, and then the disciples, right? It says, but we have only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. They answered. Bring them here, he said. And YAHAWASHI, right? He said, bring them here. Then he told the people to sit down on the grass. YAHAWASHI, hey, sit down, relax, chill. All right.
He about to show him something.
I'm about to perform a miracle right now. All right? All right. It says, bring them here, he said. Then he told the people to sit down on the grass. YAHAWASHI took the 5 loaves and 2 fish. He looked up toward heaven and blessed them. Then, breaking the loaves into pieces, he gave the bread to the disciples who distributed to the people. They all ate as much as they wanted. And afterward, the disciples picked up 12 baskets of leftovers. 12 baskets of leftovers. About 5,000 men were fed that day, in addition to all the women and children. So YAHAWASHI performed a miracle. He took 5 loaves of bread, 2 fishes. He was able to manipulate the elements, using spiritual abilities to make over 12 baskets of loaves of bread and fish to feed over about 5,000 people, right? So you don't, and in scriptures, you quoted earlier, the brother brought out that his servants are going to be able to do greater works. You got a famine coming real soon. And what's that scripture where it says, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power? People are not only going to be willing just because you kicking ass, but they're also going to be willing in the day of thy power. Power, it goes to, efficiency, wealth, something along that line. So they're going to see how you are the service that's going to be eaten, the service is going to be drinking. You're being dealt with. You have a great abundance during the famine. You're able to take, 2 loaves of bread, one pack of 3 chicken wings, and you can manipulate it to where you got a whole freezer now filled with chicken wings, and you got a whole closet filled with fucking bread. All right, that's a sign that these elect men are going to be able to do as well too. They're going to be able to manipulate your like the daily bread, so you can be able to be fed during the famine. You got to knock it out.
God, this is Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahawah, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Hey, so we be out there eating, man. Huh?
You can get the following verse too.
Oh, come on. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but he shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Vexation of spirit, and ye shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI shall slay thee and call his servants by another name. Hey, so, man, oh, Colin, you got it, King.
No, I was going to say, that's how are the servants, the prophets of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI are going to be fed while they are being hungry? Some brothers may be out there actually doing what YAHAWASHI did right here in the book of Matthew. He's going to manipulate, a loaf of bread, one piece of fish, and be able to feed, whoever is going to cleave onto you. Those who are part of the 1/3 that may cleave onto you, and you're going to be leading them, right? And you're going to be able to feed them. You got, if you want to break it down, add a little more to it, you can.
Hey, yeah, and also, you might run into a house that's stocked up with canned foods. Hey, we might have the ability to just create any a slice of pizza in our hand. Hey, we don't know, man, but we know through the scriptures it's gonna happen, man. Hey, you might come across some moldy bread, and then you might have the ability to clean it up, man. Hey, literally, we're about to be doing. People's minds is about to be blown. And what they say, prepare for your mind.
Hey, man, nothing. Like the scriptures say, with our power, nothing's impossible, man.
Yeah, nothing's impossible with Yahweh. And Noom got his closer. You got a closer, Manakza?
Yeah, you can bring yours out, man.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI has spoken it, man.
No more Esau.
No more Esau, man.
Bye. Have a good. Hey, remember at the Adult Swim? Yeah, bye. Have a beautiful day. This is Psalms 82:6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. Hey, man, so we're gods, man. Scripture's telling you that, hey, we're literally angels in the flesh, man.
Hey, you might as well get the one that's on the screen to back you up, Madakza.
John 10:34, YAHAWASHI answered them, is it not written in your law, I have said, ye are gods? And notice how it's lowercase, man, because we're not. God is a title. It means power, man. We're not the God, the higher power, but we are powers. Just like in Dragon Ball, Beerus and the gods of destruction, they're all gods, but they're not the Omni King. You feel me? So.
You want to get that one?
Real quick. Hey, I got a real quick scripture just to back you up. This This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
For Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity.
So
exactly, man.
Made it, the Israelite men, well, the nation in Yasharala, right? But started with his sons, his children, to be immortals, to be like him, immortal. All right. So
hey, y'all gonna have spiritual power, but not warlike spiritual power like the men. You know, you might be able to do a little something like float around or something. Hey, we really don't know, but hey, it's
probably just like the very basic. The very basic.
Yeah, very basic. Like
yeah. Fly, levitate.
That's crazy.
Not get tired,
basic, bro. Like, that's crazy to think flying is basic. Like, that's crazy, bro.
Nah, that is. It's crazy. More like we say things like that. He said you might be able to fly, but can you do
that? Because mind you, the scripture goes into how our women were in the past. They were so tender and delicate that like they didn't even want to walk on the ground. That's how how tender and delicate, how much of a woman they were in the past. So just imagine the kingdom of heaven when they actually have the ability to fly. I wouldn't expect none of my wives to ever touch the floor.
Hell no, I'm not gonna touch the floor either.
Probably the only time my wives may touch the floor is whenever we walk in the holy city, Jerusalem. It's all gold, and you want to have that physical contact, grounding with the gold on the city street, or we out on the beach, we walking on grass, right? But when we home, I don't expect none of my wives to be walking. They might all be floating around. And mind you, at the end of the day, women are like children too. So, your wives may be goofy as fuck with it, trying to be like Spider-Man and shit, crawling around the fucking place and shit. Like, who knows, right? Being a big kid and shit with it. But I'm gonna get here. Zechariah chapter 9, verse 13. It's from the brother YAHAWAH. When I have bent Judah, so-called blacks, right? The head tribe of the southern kingdom. The head tribe of all of Yasharala. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bowl with Ephraim, the head tribe of the northern kingdom, the so-called Puerto Rico, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. So, Judah and Ephraim is going to come together, and they pretty much going to become like a weapon to fuck up, Esau, Edom, the Greeks, and all these other nations, right? Judah is like the bow, Ephraim is like the arrow, and you have what? A deadly weapon. You got two of their heads that's coming together. All right. I'm gonna get the book of Psalms. This is gonna be my last one. The book of Psalms 144. Right? Look at Psalms 144, verse 1.
144.
Blessed be the Lord Yahawah. God, blessed be the Lord Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi, my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. So the elect men are going to receive information. They're going to know how to fight. You can take the most experienced fighter here, the most professional fighter here, and he's gonna
get his ass whooped.
He's gonna get his ass whooped. All right. Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi is going to be teaching his men fighting styles that you never saw before,
never even heard of before.
And it's gonna be fighting styles that you will need spiritual powers in order to do. Like if you take Avatar, for instance, man, how they fight using element manipulation, man, like water whip or do this and that. Hey, that's a fighting style.
Yep. Well, that's my closer. Did you brought your closer out already, Madagaza?
Yeah, it was the Psalms 82 and 6.
So hey, Lord one lesson was edifying. We just want to prove it to you that spiritual power is the actual thing.
Thus saith the Lord, man. It's in the Bible. Thus saith the Lord.
Thus saith the Lord, God.
It's going to happen again because we're going to need it in the times we're coming into. Take the trouble. when we go to war, you know, the house of David versus the house of the wicked, right? All right. The Lord willing, blessed was edifying. All right. Believe in it that not only you're going to be whooping ass, but you're also going to be performing miracles. So you can be able to keep yourself fed in the famine. You got to believe now our power is going to take care of you. You got to really believe in that. All right. So don't let the brother Noon close us out. All right.
Hey,
another thing, so Salaki games. Hey, believe that you're gonna adore all of this, man. That you're gonna see everything, and until you hop on that chariot, you know, Lord willing. Because I want to see everything.
God,
yep. You got it.
Hey, but with that being said, man, hey, we want to give all honor, glory, and infinite praises to
YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well, man. And peace and salutation to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. For your sincere Akim and Nako that are tuned in. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Yasharala. You know, the wilder to the Akim that tuned in with the precept. And YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI bless you and your whole household. Common board is a whole nother lesson. For those who are new to this truth, all right, you know, take notes from the common board, get fed from there too, get edified from there. All right, and as always, like to end with what, Akim?
DTA,
Soon.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.